welcome to the recipe. I am your host, the Red Knight, and today I am watching Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream, and you're likely watching this too. That's why you're here. So, yeah, this thing is about to kick off. So I'm about ready. All right, Yeah, I ain't ready. You see me looking around. Well, yeah, now I'm ready. Hopefully, let's see what happens because this thing hasn't started yet. But it's 1 p.m. This is odd. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I see you got a Gamescom American Son. I should just wait here, right? I wish to proceed. Nope. Nope. Now that's not working. Let's go. This is exactly what I needed right now. This is audio description, official Xbox stream, and for some reason it's not working. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go to a different stream. Gamescom. Where am I? We got GameSpot stream. I'll go with. I know the Xbox one. The official ones ain't working for some reason for me right now. On an Xbox. Funny how that work, right? So, hold on. I'll try GameSpot. Let's see. Nah. Just to be clear, they ain't started yet. Oh no, it looks like they started. Why is these streams not working, man? What's up with this? It shows like that one's not even live. I don't know why. I don't know why. This is the best they got when it comes to streams. The hell is going on? Yeah, this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. Why wouldn't it work though? Like this shit works all the time, but all of a sudden today when I'm live, this shit wouldn't be acting up. Let's see if this should start.
To this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy bonito.
All right, here we go.
And we'll be getting our first look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled on the sidewalk.
Will Kate win $5? I guess we're about to find out.
Yes, indeed. Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour sequel.
Okay, so we into it already. We into it. Cool. Looks like I ain't missed shit, so that's good. Dying Light 2.
Hello, I am Timon Smektawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer, and this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
I thought we was already like on Dying Light 3 at this point.
Will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this. Probably like many others.
I'm gonna try to put it.
People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it. But it was the people who made the world the way it is.
There we go.
The city, Villador.
Let me see. Yeah.
They tell me
Cool.
they had a vision.
I was like, why it's so dark right now?
They had hope. But soon, one vision broke into many different ones.
Zombies.
Instead of fighting together, people stood against each other. War broke out.
Was it a little bird? Met a broken leg?
Hope died.
Like personally, like the games, I'm not expecting these at all, but the games that I would like to see are, listen, I'm going into every Xbox show the way I go into every Nintendo show. Every Nintendo show, I want to see Perfect Dark.
Can't let that happen.
Every Xbox, I say every Nintendo show. Every Nintendo show, I want to see Metroid Prime. Every Xbox show, I want to see Perfect Dark. I don't think we're going to see Perfect Dark, though, but I do look forward to seeing that Forza box art. Hopefully a Halo Infinite release date. I don't know if that's going to happen here. Probably not. Because they'll probably want to show some gameplay. And from the video that they dropped this week, 343, it sounded like they're not ready yet to get to the final phase of promotion. Since they still in that lockdown testing stage. You know? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. This mic in a better angle, man. Oh, they show that. They cut away right before the throat slit, but yeah. That look crazy. Yo, this dude got a hook shot. A grapple beam, matter of fact, speaking of Metroid Prime 4. Not yet, but with Xbox, I'm always looking forward to see Perfect Dark. Ever since it was announced, like that's the game I'm always want to see every show. Like I know some people every show they want to see Halo Infinite. Right now, but Halo Infinite gonna come out already, so I ain't really too worried about it. Like, do I want to see it again? Yeah, of course. But Perfect Dark is, oof. That's the one I just want to see, like where they went with it, what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like
those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large
that T-shirt is pretty dope. The way they got the logo just right on the sleeve, the stitching.
And it's a very unique
I don't think I ever seen some shit like that.
Very important for the
Like, yeah, we're gonna promote our game. Usually it's big across the shirt. They're like, nah, let's put it real small on the sleeves.
That you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David
That was
Bell,
not enough.
whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important.
Dude,
to
you
me
was
personally.
swinging around
Brings a
with
whole
what looked like a
new
vine. I know it
dimension
was
to the
probably
game.
a rope,
The player
but that
can
shit.
stagger an enemy and use them to
Crazy.
perform further attacks. For example, by rebounding from their bodies, jumping of them.
Oh, I
onto
could have went to
other
Twitch
foes,
too.
and
I didn't
so
even
on.
think of that.
I think we captured the movement really well.
Are they giving it there
and
too?
made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach
Improving the
those tall
verticality.
skyscrapers
Yeah, I mean that's what
and
you could
other
tell from this
challenging
gameplay.
spots
There's a
too.
lot of
Then it's good we
verticality.
scattered
You
some
coming from
helpers,
above onto
like
a group of
paraglider,
enemies,
which can
smashing the whole
support
shit.
players in both
Crazy.
parkouring and combat.
Exactly. And
I never
it's
played the
gonna
first
do
one, so
great, especially in fights against
you know,
humans, which are
I got no
more
attachment to
frequent
the series, but I
and
know some
important
people are like,
than
yo,
in
this
Dying
my
Light 1.
shit.
It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They
Oh, I thought you was gonna say it was
much
20 years
bolder
from the
now,
first game. I was
at
gonna say,
least
what? What are
during
you
the day.
talking about?
And they are more vicious too.
What did I
And I
miss?
think that's a great summary of this discussion.
What did I
Pre-order
miss?
Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th.
Oh,
Thanks,
December
Daddy.
7th.
Thank you.
So that game comes out soon enough.
For
Ultimate
the
cover.
first time in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release on Xbox Series X and S last month. Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the depth of the simulation translated to the console, and that's why I'm extremely honored to welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, your
Okay,
new
we're getting
leader.
into some Flight Simulator,
Being
so
here,
yeah, I
the
guess
last time
I
we
can
met
relax
was at the
now.
Xbox Game Showcase,
I got this
and
installed
it's
already.
getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was
Oh, yeah, they talked the
was
last
really
time.
just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the
As it should be,
translation of the
right?
simulation to the
One of the
console
most
has
highest
been-
rated
has
games.
really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you, there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really. But
Top Gun. He want that Top Gun action again.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's
Let's
going on
go.
with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super excited. They saw the FA-18. They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps,
Can't believe that movie still ain't out, man.
I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this World Update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red plane flying into Cologne. But we did that. This World Update
Only
6
11 minutes in.
that region.
I don't know how long this thing is
So
supposed to
Germany,
be, so
Austria,
let
and
me not even
Switzerland.
bother looking at
And what
the
that
actual
means to us
time.
is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains, so the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria. And those cities look just amazing. They have like 7 centimeters resolution, and it's awesome. But we want to celebrate the entire region. So we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs.
I might be a little behind now. Hold on, let me.
And we sort of
Just in case.
spread them throughout the simulation. And,
I just wouldn't be live. I want to be on point.
We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And what it ties it all together is missions. We're having new discovery flights. We have new landing shelters,
Halo.
we have new,
I mean, they don't got to show the
sort of
game, right,
tours
to
of
give
the
a release
country. So
date.
they fly
Technically,
you
they can
around
just give
all
a
the
release date.
awesome
Say,
places
hey, we
to really
dropping
celebrate the beauty of this
November
region. And
21st.
this is a celebration of
Because they ain't waiting on nothing now. Everybody
so
revealed their
happy
release
to be
dates.
able to
Any
announce the date
potential
here at the Gamescom.
threats, you know what I'm saying?
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. But you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do. You actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or
Another game I want to see while we're here, might as well.
So we thought to ourselves,
The
why don't we
Gunk.
not use these
I
World
definitely
Updates
want to see
to
the Gunk. I think,
celebrate
matter of fact, I think we're supposed to.
So
Like,
we
that's a
announced it in
guarantee
the
that we're going to see
series.
that today.
We call them
It'd be
local
nice if we get a
planes.
release date,
Think
because
about that as planes that are locally
yeah, they
well-known,
keep
like
saying
in
that
region,
that's
but
actually
outside of the
gonna
world,
be
not so much.
a
But
thing.
why not use
Thunderful
the World
Games,
Updates to
right?
highlight this, to bring these awesome
formerly
machines to a
Image
worldwide
and
audience.
Form.
So for World Update 6, we
That
picked,
they
the
keep,
German
you know,
plane from the
committing to the
1930s. It's called Junkers
21
U-52.
date. So
In
hopefully
Germany,
that does
it's
actually drop
actually
this year, because that's a
lovingly
game I'm
named,
excited to play. Like, I'm a
Tante
big
U,
fan
so
of
and you.
Thunderful
And we
Games.
think of us
Again,
as sort of a
formerly
digital,
Image and
digital
Form.
preservation. So we really want to get these planes
Damn, that
to
plane look
extreme
real,
level
yeah.
of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We'll take full scans of the outside and the inside, as detailed as 1 millimeter.
Oh, well, that's why it looks
which is as
real.
good as you can,
They
as
scan the
you can
actual
do this.
plane.
And then we're working with, for the Junkers,
looks
we work
real
with
as
Bernd
hell.
Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers. And he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs. And
It
we
look
were lucky
old, like,
to find a
I ain't
pilot
trying to
that
fly in
actually
that.
flew one
That's
of those
literally a
planes
tin
while it
can.
was still flying in the real world. And he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right, and the sounds right, does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really bring these, to celebrate this plane, to bring them back to life.
So this is almost like you're creating like a digital museum for aviation inside Microsoft Flight
Yeah,
Simulator.
basically,
Yeah,
it's like
I mean,
it's like a
basically
time
that. It's a
capsule
museum
of
with flyable planes.
all
we're
the,
working
you know,
with,
great
40
planes
museums around the world.
of human life.
It's honestly one of the funnest parts of the job. You end up working with these curators of planes. These are their babies, and they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world sort of nagging on their remaining planes, and they're so happy when we come in with our scanning equipment, and we're basically capturing their planes, and they know that we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity. And we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are
Oh,
working
yeah?
with
The
a
Halo?
fascinating German company called Volocopter.
Yeah.
And they're making an eVTOL air taxi for urban traffic. So
Oh,
they have a
snap.
vision of the future, how these drone-type machines basically connect people in large cities. We're working directly with the engineering team to make sure that we are capturing their plane, their aircraft perfectly in the flight simulator. And that's
Hey,
coming out
listen.
in November.
God
You weren't
forbid,
kidding when
but
you're saying that there's a lot
when that
going
becomes a
on
reality,
inside
yo,
Microsoft
there's
Flight
gonna be mad
Simulator.
accidents with
Anything
that.
else
I
you
ain't with it. I ain't
Yeah,
taking the
that's what we're
drone
doing. Yeah,
from
we
New
are.
York.
What
Be
I
like,
can announce
yo,
that we've partnered with RARA.
I'm going with
That's
it.
the
Nah,
Reno
nah, I'm
Air
taking a
Racing
little drone,
Association.
little hop in the
Every
skip
year
from
they
here to
put on
over there.
something
No
called the
pilot, no nothing. You just
Steel
sitting there.
National
Welcome,
Championship Relay
Red.
Race, and we're bringing this to
You
Flight
know?
Simulator. So it's,
Put in your
this is
destination.
the fastest motorsport. This right down the alley. It's
California.
the fastest motorsport
We'll be
on
there
Earth. And I
precisely.
actually brought
And then
you
you in
this
the air
little
with no
trailer to
pilot,
look
no
at.
nothing. Anything go
race,
bad, you got to depend on
speed.
AI. I'm good.
We
I'm
going to the
good.
danger
I'd
zone,
rather
baby.
take my
Let's go
time
ahead
to
and
get
do it.
there. All right, here we go. Captured in real time, 4K. The one thing, yo, I learned after owning a Series X. I mean, I've known this all my life. Like, you'll see games on the, you know, computer or whatever, like at E3s, no matter what system. I mean, throughout history, no matter which one. And when you finally do get that game, it's just way better looking than any of the trailers and everything, just because that
You know I
direct
like going
feed,
fast, and
you
know
know.
I love being in the danger zone.
And
When is
with,
it
I feel like
coming
with the
out?
Series X, that's
Man,
even
these
worse
planes
now,
fly 500
where
miles
games
faster
don't
than 500 miles
even
an hour,
really get done
300
justice on
250
YouTube,
feet
because you
above
ain't
the
getting
ground.
HDR.
So you are definitely
You're
gonna
not
be in
even
the
seeing,
danger
even
zone.
when you watch
I mean,
4K
without going
YouTube
into too
clips,
much
it's not
detail,
really
this Reno Air
4K,
Race is actually
4K, like when
the
you seeing it playing on your
largest expansion we have
console.
since we launched on Flight Simulator.
So I always
It's
look
not
at
just because
everything
we
now and just
scanned all
say
the famous
it's
race
gonna look a
planes of the
little
world
bit
and
better than
loved
that
them.
when I
This
actually
is also
play
the
it
first time when you can
on
basically
my
race against
console,
your
and it's
friends
always
pilots
true.
across the planet.
So when I see stuff like
And
Psychonauts 2,
competitive
and it's, oh yeah, the
multiplayer is
game's
coming
getting great
to
reviews. I
Microsoft
mean,
Flight
obviously, I
Simulator,
figured it would.
and that will
And
definitely test your pilot
it's
skill.
like
And you
super
asked,
colorful
when is
and
it coming
beautiful.
out?
I'm like, yeah,
This
that's
is coming
gonna look
out this fall,
way
so
better,
it's right
like
around
on the
the corner.
actual, you know, on the
Oh,
actual
that is fantastic. And
console
you
when I'm
know
playing
I
it.
have the need for speed, so I can't wait to get my hands on this and participate. In
It's
some
no
of these
different from
races.
like stuff like It
Awesome, man.
Takes
We
Two
got
this
you
year.
covered.
When you watch
Thank
trailers, it looks great in the trailers. Then you
If going
actually got a
fast on
controller
the
in hand
ground
playing
is
it,
more your
and it's
speed,
just one of the
keep an
most
eye out
visually
for
pleasing
extended
experiences
looks
you'll
at
see.
Forza Horizon 5
And you won't even think
later
that
on
watching
in
the trailer.
stream.
At least that's what I think.
We'll also talk with
That's
the
how I
Wasteland
feel.
3's game director about the game's next big DLC. But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
Oh, bring on the news. If you're a Game Pass subscriber, what you mean? All of these got like very distinguished, beautiful art styles. The next Space Rebels just remind me of the Bullet Club logo. Actually. That's why, yo.
Yep,
Go straight from the
somehow
shower
they did it.
to
They
live
added
streaming.
Even more games to Game Pass.
Fucking
Let's
water
talk
in my
about what's
ears
coming
and
up.
shit.
We're
Come
talking
on.
Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director, and we're going to see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now we've got a
Sea
new
of Thieves
roguelike retro
never
shooter that,
ends.
in grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
Into the pit. Uh-oh. Looking like Doom Eternal now. Yep. First person shooter. Looking like Quake, Doom Eternal, and all of that good stuff. Fast pace. Like, is this a Switch version, yo? No, I'm trying. Into the Pit. Coming out October 19. All right.
Well, I am here with creative director of World's
Age of
Edge, Adam
Empires.
Weinstein. And Adam, I'm so excited to talk H4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, when you're playing it. You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that, and we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it.
Well,
let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So, what I'm doing
And there it
today
is.
we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments.
So they're gonna. I was gonna say I'm only gonna show one of those, right? Because we
We
gotta.
are going to show you
We got
the
hundreds.
segments
We got
on
hours.
The most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I gotta see. Let's take a look.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines.
Wait, are they putting these in the actual game? Because that's pretty cool. They're showing like the real weapons in real life.
From great distances. At Warwick Castle in England, they've built a replica, one of the largest in the world.
Or this might just be like on the YouTube channel to hype the actual game.
By the
It's cool though.
13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features.
Simple to who?
A pivoted arm.
Maybe
with a
old
weight
school,
on
but simple
and a
it ain't.
sling to hold the
That took some
projectile at the
engineering
end.
skills right there.
To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using tread wheels.
So this is one of the wheels, one of two that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible
Hamster,
is making
yo.
sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight.
Imagine being the one
and
in
by
there,
launching
yo.
the projectile from a sling.
Running.
When released,
Yeah.
the sling
And that shit
whips
get
up,
hit.
vastly increasing the launch
If I
speed.
knew it was like that, I would have wanted them to show that in Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Trebuchets were carefully
Yo.
built, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each
Just have an
projectile
orc in
to
there
follow
running.
the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape. To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about
Perfect.
25 kilograms,
Perfect, yeah.
but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of 2 men.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies.
I was gonna say dead
Anything to
bodies.
cause maximum
They
distress
definitely
to
did
the
that in
enemy.
Lord of the Rings. When they threw all the body parts
Do you hear that?
as a warm up, as a welcome wagon.
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal
Like, yo, these your peoples?
power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
October 28th.
I'm gonna say trebuchet. Don't care.
They're like, we've been showing a lot of the actual gameplay. Let's show y'all the fun we've been having
so,
on
one of the
on
things when
time.
we're looking at what we're going to do with Age of Empires 4.
I like seeing that
there's a
behind the
phrase
scenes
I'm
stuff
really
though,
fond
like
of,
that.
which is, history is only as
No
interesting
different
as the work
Forza,
of
them
the
showing what
body.
they was
And
doing with the
you
sky
can say that about any
in one of the
subject,
Let's
right?
Go
But
episodes
I think
that
the great
aired
thing is
like
when you
a
have
few
somebody
weeks
so
ago.
enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and
Humanized
present. And
history.
you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC and won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and, you know, get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now, you also, of course, you've got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these hands-on history segments. Anything else that you can tell us fans about what we can expect, looking forward to? Any favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery. Okay. And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about. Yeah. But the thing I love about
Medieval Surgery,
they go all over the place. So, you know, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and, like, how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when you shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on, you know, like illuminated history and falconing and, you know, like horse taming, armor creation, and there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign in the game.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys. Age of Empires, always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way. And I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research, and it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But I mean, what was that approach like to sort of, you know, sell going forward, especially?
Yeah, and my bugger was her nails like candy corn, you know?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do, is try to tell these stories in a different way. But I'll tell you, like, full disclosure, it's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before in a game, right? We're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun, and finding that middle ground has been really challenging. And you know,
but it's dope though. Who says games can't do both? You know what I mean? Like, be a learning, like a real learning experience, like a genuine learning experience,
so far, everyone that's really
and also fun.
Put together. Just been
like imagine if a kid had a
and kind of cool and refreshing.
I don't know, like a report on whatever the case may be, and he played an Age of Empire game that took place during that era, and that was enough for him to pass the test. That'd be crazy, you know what I'm saying?
This development journey for Age 4.
That'd be crazy.
Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, you know, October 28th.
I don't know about all. You know, you got some people right now like,
you can go to Age of
move on, I don't care about Age.
About the title, and if you're really, really excited right now, you
trust me, if the show was tailor-made to what you cared about, it'd probably be over already.
And of course,
you know, that's the way it really be. Any show.
For PC as well, so anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing. But
yes, I believe you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam,
a bit of a tease.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now, we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hardware space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming
and there you go.
People together.
So people got an Xbox One, guess what? You just got a Series X.
So when I think about cloud,
you know what I mean? Like, that's basically what they're saying, just through the cloud.
Really show you the future,
you know?
where
you got a Series X with a latency,
anywhere, and you
depending on your internet connection. But come on, that's crazy. Like, anybody saying otherwise is hating. That's fire. That means when there's a new, I ain't gonna go to it now, but after, because I know the new rewards for the weeks have just went up. Like you just like they'll have like, oh yeah, like start this game, get 5 kills in that game. Now you don't even got to install the game. You can just start playing it through the cloud on your actual Xbox. Listen,
people play differently. I know me and
shit is fire, bro. Like league of its own. I don't even care to like debate why this is the best console, you know, all around, like completely.
What's crazy about this is like the latency. This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually very smooth.
The process itself to get into cloud gaming.
The fact that you can play your games on PC, on your phone, without having to spend extra and jump into new games outside of, if you didn't, you know, get into the new generation yet, like that's crazy, bro. Like anybody saying otherwise, it's like, yo, you just hating. Because if it was your favorite console manufacturer doing it, you'd be screaming it from rooftop how it's better than anybody else out there. So when it comes to digital games, ownership, all of that shit, Microsoft is literally in a league of their own. And anyone say it otherwise, again, it's like, I'm not saying it's based off like any kind of like my personal experiences. I'm just talking factually, from inclusion, you know, inclusiveness and all of that stuff with the adaptive controller. They just in a league of their own when it comes to their hardware. When we talk about the full circle experience. Hell, look when I was looking for this video, right? You saw Xbox had like the sign language for the hearing impaired, different versions of this actual presentation. Because they're always trying to include everybody. Like, that shit is mad cool. And always, to me, puts them a step above everybody else when it comes to them dealing with their customers. You know? Holiday 2021. So if you got an Xbox One, Game Pass,
saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
I was playing Hellblade. Honestly, look.
Beautiful and rich visuals.
I was literally
the addition of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates.
Literally just playing it, right?
Opportunity to relive Senua's journey or experience it for the first time.
And it does look way better because I just played it earlier this year for the first time. And I went through the whole first section and some change.
Unique experiences on Game Pass. The Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including.
You know what games I wish they remastered? It'll never happen. But like you know, talking about things that I'm hoping for, I wish that they remastered. And this is an EA thing, and this could be part of Game Pass, so it all works with this, with the theme of this show. But it's the Lord of the Rings, man. Two Towers, Return of the King games from the PS2, GameCube, you know, Xbox OG. Come on, those games was fire. Some of the greatest movie games of all time.
Never before seen areas of the game map plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well,
Cults
right,
of
the Let's talk
Detonation.
Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
I was gonna say, what game is this? They showing that like if we've heard of it before. Obviously we have. But I thought that was a whole game in itself. I was about to say, yo.
Devolved into the mutations you see before you.
Ew.
Set on a righteous path. The Holy Detonation's life-giving glow should be
The Holy Destination, life-giving blow.
May the light of the Holy Detonation purify.
May the light of the Holy Destination purify. Colorado Collection, the full Wasteland experience. But those games take place in Colorado, that's why I ain't know that. Play it day one.
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with inXiled game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So in the trailer, we saw.
I like the way they changed the
DLC
color of the
coming out on
actual
October 5th.
ground, depending
But,
on the
You
game.
know, in Exile Wasteland 3, you
You know,
guys have been
actually, the
working
whole
on it
area
for a very
changes,
long
like
time.
the
So can you
theme.
kind of talk about
It's
that
pretty
journey?
damn nice.
Yeah, our dev team has been working non-stop full tilt, trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've
Yeah, there's a lot of games to jump in on. There's too much to jump in on.
The Cult of
You
the
can never
Holy
jump into
Detonation.
everything at this point.
Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right? For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter.
Yeah.
And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science
chat real
experiment that they
quick.
worship as a god.
Yeah.
And you know, these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad.
I kind of thought, I
and,
ain't gonna lie, when I
all
first
they
saw
wanna
that
do
image,
is
I thought,
share
oh,
holy radiation with
they
you
changed the
and
name
your
of the
entire
gunk,
ranger team.
and
How
they
jealous.
added 2 extra characters.
That sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past. But this is typical Wasteland
I can't wait to see the
fashion.
gunk,
We're really gonna
man.
Be able to get in there and mix it
Sure.
up.
Right, so you and your ranger team insert yourself
Because
right
that
smack
character
dab
model
in the
looks
middle of
awesome.
their
Just the
whole
setting
deal.
looks
Like, you know, what
awesome.
could
I
go
got a
wrong?
lot of
And this is a Wasteland
Chef
game, so
for
you
Gemini
decide
vibes
every
from it.
choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide
Just
who
good
lives,
vibes
who
from it, you know
dies,
what I'm
who
saying?
gets
Just good
screwed over,
vibes.
who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado. This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last expansion was the Battle of Steeltown, right? You had giant robots and things like that. So, you know, what are you gonna do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we wanted
Giant
returning players
robots.
to find something that they could never find
Gianter
in
and
another
Gianter.
version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there, you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this like pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss
Is it
battles
single
we have
player or
ever
is
been able to
multiplayer
build in a
also?
Wasteland game.
That's
Because you got
awesome. I wanna
multiple
get back
characters
to
running
the
around
crazy
right now.
cultists,
But
talk
that
to me
could
about
just
these
be
big boss
RPG
battles. I
style,
wanna hear
where
more
that's your
about
party.
So we took the best parts of Wasteland Combat and we breathed new life into it.
I
with
thought I was
objective-based
bugging. I was
combat,
like, yo, there's
which
that
are
image in the
basically
background
super
moving, and
ride
it
boss
is.
It's no longer
I kept looking
you're,
like, yo.
huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now, combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there, breaking into prisons,
Proper,
rescuing
he said,
POWs. You're
proper.
disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like, everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just
He
straight
ready to
up
talk
murder.
about his game like with passion and
Wasteland has a
everything.
reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun and silly. Like, in Exile's modus operandi is if we're like brainstorming and something
He
makes
said
us laugh, we
modus
just put it together.
operandi.
How we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. Because we
Yo.
want to make something that entertains us,
He
and then we
came
know
ready.
if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, like, really letting you get deep into this, like, weird
That image is
radiation
really moving,
cult,
man. That's
and let
dope.
you interact with them and talk
I
with
saw the
them,
lighting moving, but the
and
actual
tell
characters
stories and,
moving
like,
was pretty
maybe you
crazy.
join them. And so, like, for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got, like, claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's, like, the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like, you meet him, and he's like, hey, guys, you should, like, come in here and, like, soak up some of these rads. It'll be great. And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross and he's hard to understand and he needs a translator supposedly, but he's like your number one
Never
fan.
trust those
And
people,
getting
yo,
to
who be
build, like,
melting
this
their
total
toys.
out
No.
there wild extreme character was a ton of fun
Yeah.
to write for. It's a ton of fun to like explore like what makes this cult tick, and he's an absolute blast. Hell, even some of the weapons that you find in Cheyenne Mountain, they're devolved cultists. Like there's one guy and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me vibe about him. But we get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but you know, the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Oh, I can imagine. Now, we talked before, you've been working on Wasteland 3 for a while. There's already expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new player. Say I'm watching this right now and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we've put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or
for
if
a
you
standard
have Game Pass,
price.
you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we talked
For 20
about,
bucks.
you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters.
Instead of spending
and
60, it's
cults
like with
and
the
boss battles and
Forza
all these
$100
really
edition
cool
that
things
has all the
in Wasteland
content.
3.
If you got
But
Game Pass,
please
you could
remind
just
everyone
spend
before we
44
get out of
bucks
here,
and
when
get
can we
everything,
pick
all
up
the
this
DLC, everything.
This
You
Worker
won't
Pass
own the
comes out
game,
on October
but
5th.
you have the game ready
Really
through Game Pass, and
That
if
is
you
awesome.
subbed for years like I am, I'm subbed for the next 3 Forza games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
David,
it just makes sense. You could just get the DLC and then get the actual game down the line when it's
In
dirt
the 3
cheap.
years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay,
And
Halo,
Pirates of the
more.
Caribbean.
Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
What will it be? What the hell is that? The A. I thought for a second it was the goddamn Valve logo, but I'm like, nah. Mayhem Borderlands. Man, I don't play Borderlands, so I don't know.
Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom event.
Cool, I'm sure
Thinking
Borderlands
what's the
fans are
best way to
excited.
kind of celebrate
Like I was when I
Gamescom.
ran and rushed to download my
Sea of Thieves. And so
Ori
we're really excited
Will
to
and the
reveal
Wisp,
we're
you know,
bringing the
ship and
Mayhem
all of
ship
that.
set you've just seen, a really, really cool ship that's inspired by Borderlands into Sea of Thieves, and we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life, and giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved, but if you head to Larina at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event. So it
I don't know why
starts
people be
today,
hating on the
and it
character
runs
models
through
in Sea of
September the
Thieves. I
7th.
think
So
they're,
that's
you
the
know,
time
they're
period
cool
you've got
looking.
to get your hands on the
Their own
Mayhem
thing.
ship. And I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
Their own thing. Dang. Oh, so a limited time, August 24th to September 7th.
Hope. It's always been a dangerous world in Trumbull Valley.
Another zombie game, yo.
But now,
I ain't complaining. I'm saying,
that brings us back together.
you know, hopefully, what is this?
Every
State of Decay? No, not State of Decay.
It builds new bonds.
Is it State of Decay?
even in the face of a growing threat. Hope is the greatest
I'm talking
weapon
about
we
this
have.
shit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. State of Decay 2, right? Because 3 is the one that's coming out. I downloaded it. I went in to do like the Microsoft rewards, but I was like, I actually want to play this game a bit. But again, there's a lot of stuff to play right now. New map. 6 new bases. Because in this game, you build your whole settlements and all that, it looks like. Yo, he was on top of the big boy.
Welcome back to Trumbull Valley.
September 1st.
Well, just like zombies themselves, it seems everything old is new again in State of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wanda. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here. Talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st.
I'm sure a ton of fans are like, cool.
You are indeed. So
But
let's
what
talk
about
the
3?
Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move
Wanda
their communities
Russell.
there. So
Yo,
that's all
Wanda.
changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is
I never
the
heard
fifth
Wanda as a
core
name.
open world map.
Wanda,
It's
yeah,
fully
obviously.
remastered, and it expands
But
to
no,
2 territories
Wanda.
that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has
Her
to
parents
offer.
gave her a name. It was like, yo, we want you to wander the world, be in the,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly right.
being like an
So,
adventure
the events in
person.
Heartland,
Perfect name, yo.
kind of play
I'm over here
out
dwelling on the
what's
name. It's a good
happening
name,
in
yo.
Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the third part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find, and you know, things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember. So that's going to be exciting.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters.
But can you take those
And
weapons
on
out
top
of
that,
this
we are
then
adding
and
the
take it to the
12
other
bounty
content?
pack. So that will be available.
Like you can
from
only
the
get it
bounty
here,
across
but you can
all
use it
maps,
everywhere.
And I have to say, they are some of the
That's probably the way it
coolest
actually
weapons
works,
I have
'cause why
ever
would you
seen
limit
go
it
into the game.
completely,
I'm
right?
so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who
Yes,
sees that second
love
fun
it.
of the day. That works out great. Well, let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox
I swear,
Game
yo,
Pass,
I can see my
how has that
reflection
impacted the
on her
community? How has that
earrings, yo.
impacted the game? Talk to me about this.
It's been fantastic, and you know, we have an amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That is
Really grateful.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at
Thank
Undead
you.
Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder.
That's the
very
best,
much.
yo,
My
when the
pleasure.
DLC is just included in Game
Trumbull Valley
Pass.
to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Strayblade.
Strayblade. This dude just threw his whole body. pre-alpha build. Gameplay and visuals elements aren't final, is most likely what it said. Oh, damn.
In Strayblade, you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Strayblade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, game director at Point Blank Games, and today
This is probably the way they'll do the gunk instead of having the person in studio. Even though I would have loved for them to be in studio.
Rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion.
And again, just in case you're wondering, I'm not expecting to actually see Perfect Dark yet. I just, like I said, I just want to see it at every Xbox thing I watch. Because I'm a huge fan of the original on 64.
As well as the word.
Combat and exploration are the two key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places.
But what are those
Change is part of your
materials
journey,
for?
where every victory impacts the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward.
Clearly
Enemies
upgrade
can't
yourself,
stay
but this
dead.
game,
New
it just looks like it's one of
camps
those
that you
games
weakened, and when Boji
where you can
revives
upgrade all
only
aspects
one
of
thing is
yourself.
certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits
I
you.
mean, like looks-wise,
And of
strength,
course, get ready for
weapons,
epic boss
and all of
fights.
that.
We hope you enjoyed the first look at Strayblade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media.
Oh, it got a
for
year,
information.
or you know, at least a few damn months to still be developed and all that. Crusader Kings
Next up,
3.
one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience to a
To
controller.
consoles.
Not to mention bringing the grand
Ain't that what they got to do with Age of Empires too? Make like a console version still? Because that's not on
Soon enough,
consoles?
check out Crusader Kings 3 now, coming to Xbox consoles.
That's the way to start a
My
trailer.
son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge and failed. He never understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors. With daggers,
Alright.
not swords. Only the small-minded measure success across the
They literally fight on an overworld like that. It look like the old Final Fantasy games overworld. Just you're not zooming into the actual cities. I guess you do, but you fight on overworld, which is man weird looking.
real strategy requires cunning.
That was Game Pass too. At this point, what ain't on Game Pass? That's more of the question.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like Diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic
Psychonauts 2?
Wonderland kind of weird?
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am so excited for Psychonauts.
I already got this installed. I don't know if it's available yet. I
So
tried it
There really is something special about Psychonauts, isn't it?
There really is.
last
indeed. Now,
night
think about
after
this.
midnight,
2005,
but
Psychonauts originally came out. It was a different time.
it wasn't
for
working
gaming.
yet, even though it
Most of
comes
the
out
biggest games
today.
that year, we're talking Resident
But
Evil,
Alien also comes
Battlefield
out
2,
today.
Call of Duty 2. They were great games, for sure. But they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
Psychonauts Deuce.
This shouldn't take too long.
It's crazy how it looks the same like the first game, even though it looks a trillion times better visually. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird.
My name is Raz.
It's like they captured the art style perfect and translated perfect to 2021.
It's my first day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
Man, the last thing I actually got was Levitation in part 1, and I haven't played it since.
You did what?
Got the double jump, got Levitation, got the shooting with the mine.
We were all new ones, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target.
But I don't know if I'm gonna finish one before I start playing part 2. I'm gonna just be honest at this point.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
It's kind of like a James Bond trailer, right? Like what they going for. But the action and everything, the level design, it all looks way better though.
Be the first time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power.
Leave it to me.
Get psyched. Oh no, it comes out tomorrow. I thought it came out today. No, I think it does come out today. That's probably the Europe date till the 25th.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know. The meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lizette
Crazy.
Petrie Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself, but you all welcome from Double Fine Productions. Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
She was thinking about
it
Metroid
feels
Dread.
like it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors.
And she's the one who
And we
comes up
also
with all
have
these
a lot of people on the
crazy
team here that
looking,
worked on the first
goofy
game
character
as well,
models that look
being
straight
all
out
the
of like
new
a
people on the
goddamn
set.
Tim Burton
Thank you. It was
movie.
really important for us
She
to
got skills.
carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be a kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was.
That's
really
what it reminds me of, like.
I loved it from the first game, certainly.
It takes two. It's like you could just do anything with the game because you just go into people's minds, so nothing is off limits. You can make anything, any shape, color.
Unique brain worlds. And
gravity don't matter, flip it around, it's just they can do anything, and that's what's mad cool.
How we could bring forward that
there's no limitations on game design because the IP,
of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without
the way they designed it was to be capable of basically doing anything.
What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety in the face?
Well, I don't know if you get to slap anxiety in your face, but you definitely get to slap some panic attacks, and COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts and some new enemies.
Like the way they look now, yo, they still look the same like the first game, but just so damn detailed.
There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our
negative thoughts.
He is our
this is gonna be crazy.
Our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
Including the new Bad Mood.
All right, so we over an hour now, so they definitely ain't worried about the time or nothing like
played
that.
The original available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way. Wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills, one being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightrope, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes.
And then he got his psychic abilities.
Get around to all kinds of
Look how good this looks right here, yo.
Side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects. He can use telekinesis.
He got the scorpion. Get over here.
These powers, which people might recognize from the first game, as well as 3 new powers for the second game. He has
created
the
an
ability
explosion
to
around
thoughts together, and he can connect 2 thoughts and actually connect 2 thoughts together to solve puzzles and to navigate in this game. He has the power of time bubble, which is just change and slow down how things are moving by changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be part of an organization, and now perhaps he's part of a whole organization at this point.
Oh yeah, he in now.
Other brain agents, other
Ain't no more
Psychonauts out
training.
there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus.
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down at the bottom.
Damn.
And so earn his way back to the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer camp. And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out.
Old lady started jumping rope.
Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And so a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass. And
so I guess it is tomorrow and not today. I was early, super early.
Double Fine, thank you so much. And
but on the Microsoft Store, I saw. Oh no! Matter of fact, I'm thinking about it now. It said the 24th at 8 p.m. So I guess that counts like tomorrow for them. So you can just start playing it early.
Game in the fan favorite franchise in our Xbox Play stream tomorrow. But first,
and my water's
we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely satisfying
Let's go.
4K60 trailer for The Gunk.
The Gunk. Never played a SteamWorld game. What are you doing with yourself?
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't cover alien storm damage. You have to be careful out there.
This shit looks fire.
Everything here. This planet is literally a paradise when the gunk's gone.
I'm playing the shit out of this game. The shit out of this game. The music is incredible. The location, the lighting effects. Shit looks beautiful. Again, alien vibes. Again, Jeff or Gemini vibes. Damn, that was a teaser. Thunderful Games. That's it? Come on. Just at least give us a little developer something.
We have talked about so many incredible
Nothing.
games, and it's hard to pick a favorite. But let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding
No date?
Global Valley.
Did I
Come
miss
on. And hey,
a
you know what?
date?
Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a
All right, so now we're going to get into the Forza, which is basically the main event. This is what I'm here for. Because that was the guarantee. But I was hoping to see the Gunk, and I got to see it, and the game continues to look incredible. But the no concrete release date is kind of nerve-wracking. But it's also an indie game, so you can't really expect them to lock down till they lock down, and it's like, yo, this is when we're going to launch.
I will say this as well. I am excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Plays streams.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap all of its news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox. So make sure to check that out.
/Xbox.
Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just
That's
say
the
it has been our
Bejeweled dude.
pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
If you know, you know.
It's hands down the best part of the job, for sure.
But we're far from done here.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2018's breakout hit.
I don't know what we're going to show today. Oh, yeah, they said the box art, right? Maybe some new cars, new locations. That's what they said.
Xbox Game Pass for console, PC,
like,
and
yo.
cloud, and of course,
That last one, they gave us the map. They gave us a lot, so, I mean, I don't care. Give us more. Give us more.
To see all this new exclusive content.
and that is Twitch.
This will easily be one of my most played games this year. I say one of, because I think between this and Halo, because they're online, you know, those are going to be my most played games, I say. But if we're talking about single player, that on is going to go to Metroid Dread.
So players can have it in hand by November 9th when the standard edition of the game.
November 9th? I'm playing November 5th. What you talking about? Yeah. I hope it's ugly. I hope my girl don't like it. So I don't gotta get it for now, because I'm getting her a Series S next month. Oh, this shit is nice. God, that controller's nice. But I'm gonna have two white Series controllers, one black one. I don't need another controller. I don't need it. I'm gonna just keep saying I don't need it. Oh, look at those grips. Ow. Yeah. Well, I guess the Series X is about to get a little bit better. I'm about to hook up with this shit too. Why not? Oh, it's limited edition too. So, oh, I could pre-order it now.
Charlie here, and I'm at Playground Games with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown.
I'm gonna check after to see if it's actually already there on the store.
Everybody.
Hey everyone, hi Charlie. Hey Charlie.
Yo, Charlie, you done already became. Whew. Yeah, yeah. Come on, she Neon Katana. You already know. That just goes with her.
Car culture and music literally splayed right across
Holy
the front.
shit.
Absolutely, it just feels like it's
It reminds me of the art that they got from the Mexican artists that they put on the murals on all
And
the
there's so
buildings,
much
not
we
all
do
the
want to show
buildings,
the fans,
but
and
on
it's
some of the
quite difficult to
buildings,
decide
you know,
where to
houses
start.
and
So can you maybe tell us a bit more
the
about the
game.
game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique
He got the
brand,
piñata
fun,
shirt, yo. That
and
shirt is
freedom
fire.
to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out across the largest, most diverse open world we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting
Like, I'm so used to seeing them already at this point. It's going to be weird now. Well, I've been seeing it for a long time now because of Xbox On, the
That's
YouTube
right.
channel.
Even though it does have pretty awesome beaches and
But
a number
him,
of amazing deserts, it also
we've been
has
seeing him basically nonstop
vast
since
canyons,
E3.
hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering.
And every time I see him, you know what I
the
am?
highest point we've ever
Like
had in a
this.
Horizon game.
Happy.
You talked about how
because there's
Forza
always some
Horizon
cool
showcases
shit we
powerful,
seeing.
all new graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really.
Yeah, he
make
was
it
here
look
for the
like
for the
you're
Sky
like
Capture
you're really
episode, matter
there.
of fact.
And thanks to the Xbox Series X and S, ray tracing is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look more true to real life. You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know
Girl,
that
I
Forza
can't
Horizon
wait
fans
either.
have definitely been waiting for
I
the
cannot
most.
wait.
Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5.
Let's
featuring
go.
the
Change
incredible
my
Mercedes AMG1 and the 2021.
Where's that? Hold on. Change my damn. I don't want to mess it up. All right, they got a red car on the cover, which I figured the one from the trailer, and it's only right since I love it. But let's just see something real quick. I'm not leaving. Don't worry. Where's that? Nah, they ain't updated yet. This might update now later today to the official cover. I heard the song a million times now. That shit looks sick. Tell me what you want, what you really want. That was it right there. But they should actually show it.
Now,
Like,
those are two very different ways to explore Mexico. So what I want to know is why those two cars were chosen and what players can expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are
oh,
exactly
they said
why
get
we chose
behind
them.
the wheel,
Mercedes
Mario
AMG1
Kart
marks the
wheel.
first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology.
After this, the
almost
car game I'm hyped
1-to-1
for is
back to
Mario
street.
Kart 9.
And with the
And you know that
2021
F-Zero
Forza
that
Horizon
is in development, you know what I'm saying?
That's primed for
You know what I'm saying?
rugged off-roading
You know-
across Mexico's vast terrain.
And
Come
I'm certain
on!
people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer.
Let's go.
Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in
Listen, the
typical
first thing I'm
Horizon
gonna do-
fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful
What?
Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
I'm gonna save it for the biggest castle. That's what I was gonna say. The first thing I'm gonna do. Yo, he just said planes jumping out of. I mean, I was about to say trains now. Trains jumping out of planes. Oh my God, what is this? Oh shit, we Mission Impossible now. What the fuck is going on? This is insane. Drop it like it's hot. Hold on, so you drop into the volcano like this? It gotta be accessible by the road. This is insane. Drop him! Drop him! Oh! Right into gameplay. Shit is fire. Come on, son.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, atop of the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
So the cover got a truck and a sports car on it. Look at this satellite, yo. You seeing this shit? You seeing this shit? The scope, bro. Holy shit. They don't be pushing the early release date. They should too. Say get early access when you get the premium edition. Because again, if you got Game Pass, it's not even the price of a full game. You're gonna get everything, all the DLC, the future 2 DLC packs. Which I would like to know what those are gonna be. Oh snap! We got a race park. The race parks are the best. Oh. Oh, it looks like the controller, yo. Oh, and this is the other title car. I'm definitely gonna drive this car around. This shit looks crazy. The one I'm driving a lot right now is the Bautista car from Spectre. You know, that's part of the Bond DLC. I've been driving that one a lot recently. Yo, look at the damn sandstorm over there. This shit is fire. This shit is crazy. No, this shit is crazy. Like, so fucking... Yo, the density. The mossiness of the world, if that makes sense, compared to the flatness of the last game, which looked mind-blowing. Now it just looks flat when I look at it because of this game. This game makes it look at the plane. Well, they gonna get back in the plane. That should be crazy. Nah, that plane's too goddamn high. Yo, we about to drive through. I've been wanting to see this for so long. Since E3, I was like, I want to actually see the car in there. What's the lighting like? They better not. Don't cut away. Oh, you can't see shit. Yo, you can't see shit. You can literally see only like literally right in front of you. Yo, this shit looks crazy. Another one. Look at the world, like it's insane. Damn, gonna interrupt all the damn. Oh no, they good. Oh. Look at the density, bro. Like, it's just gorgeous. Flamingo. This song is hot, yo. Like, even though I do, you know, custom soundtracks mostly when I play, I'm listening to Spotify. Like when I first play, I like to, you know, like the first few hours spend it with the actual music from the game, so I could, you know, hear what they did. Because obviously they put work into that too, so I ain't trying to do the audio team dirty and just not listen to their shit and just put on my music immediately. So I'm looking forward to hearing it. Look at this, yo. This looks so real, it's insane. Look at the house up there. If I could buy that, I'm buying it. This is just, it's just happiness, man. It's just happiness in its purest form, in video game form. This car got a goddamn like a fan on the back, on the window, and exhaust. Imagine they did that, but the plane was low enough, like you were coming off a high as hell, and you could jump right back into it. That'd be crazy. That's what I thought earlier was gonna happen. I'm seeing all these little bridges on the side in the corner. Don't stop here at the, what is like the Mayans and all that, like keep it going. Highway to Horizon, Baja California. Is this how you quick travel now? You could just be dropped in anywhere? Or is this just for a certain festival, you know, special things? Like, man, if you could get that low, you can definitely get low to pick us back up.
And on the final
That's the beginning of the trail over there, those rocks of the original trailer. You can see it.
Rocky Coast.
Look at the trees, yo.
If you've just arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you are in for a treat, my friend. Get ready for the biggest Horizon adventure.
The person driving is whipping it right now. Like, absolutely whipping this shit. Oh, that's right. And this one we gotta drive on the right side, not the left side, right? That's gonna be weird to get used to after Edinburgh for so long. Not that it really matters. You could drive wherever you want. You know? Especially if you're enjoying, you know, oncoming traffic. It's flying, yo. First. That's a cover right there. Oh no, there's 3 cars on the cover. Unless those 2 are the same. Alright, let's see that Let's Go stream. Could I sit here? Or should I go? It's right here. Oh, but this, the Forza works channel, but the Xbox channel wanted to be giving me shit earlier. Come on. Hey, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, you know, drop a comment, come through, Walking Dead reviews, AEW Rampage reviews, movie news, discussion, and all of that good stuff. It's the recipe, man. There's a whole ton of content here that, you know, you should subscribe for. Not just video games, but a varied amount of
we have just
content.
the Gamescom 2021 Xbox
So
stream
yeah,
and
let me
have
see something real
so
quick.
much more content.
Make sure. I didn't
Latest
mean to do
episode
that.
of Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go live with Playground Games. We have an excellent show coming your way. So first, in case you missed it, we're going to be recapping the major Gamescom announcements from just a few moments ago, as well as taking a closer look
New
at
showcase
the Forza
event,
Horizon 5
Mercedes
limited
AMG
edition
1, more
Xbox wireless
cars.
controller and the initial drive gameplay.
Yeah, man.
Then we'll take the freshly announced cover cars for a bit of a spin.
Might as well go get
and
me some
debut
more
a
water
brand
while I'm
new
at it.
showcase event, as well as a few more cars along the way. So, Mike and Don, that was all very, very exciting, but I think first of all we need to talk a bit more about the controller, because wow, what a statement. Can you tell us a little bit more about how it came to be?
Yes, so this is it.
Show
This is the
There it is.
Forza
Show that
Horizon 5
shit.
limited
Show it.
edition Xbox wireless controller, to give it its full title.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it was probably around about over 18 months ago now, wasn't it? The hardware team approached us and said
Make
they really
sure.
wanted to produce a limited edition controller for Forza Horizon 5, and obviously we were like, yes.
Absolutely.
Now, we really love how it's come together. It just brings so much vibrancy and colour. It just feels like it's a little piece of the Horizon Festival that's like plopped out of the screen and landed in your lap. Loads of cool features as well. Loads of little like kind of hidden Easter eggs. Yeah, it's been great, right?
Yeah, it's been awesome, and I think integrating the stuff that we've seen in the initial drive with the powder explosions and the colors on the car, on the cargo plane and whatnot, I mean, integrating that into the controller has been a lot of fun.
And for anyone else who maybe didn't pick up on camera, but the controller is also translucent as well, which I
Oh, nah,
didn't
you
really
could
know
tell
about
that. It's
translucent
see-through. That's what I
controller.
really
Just
liked
in case
about it.
anyone
I'm
missed that
like,
detail,
it reminded me of the
it
old Game
is,
Boy
and there is
Colors and shit.
additional
Every time I
detail
see
as well,
see-through
because
stuff,
it
that's
also
what it goes
comes with
back to.
exclusive car
Because that was like the
DLC.
first
It
real
does.
see-through thing
Yeah,
we've ever
so,
gotten.
while we're on the translucency, it has a Forza logo inside it, and this thing down here is like brightly coloured.
I
so you
actually
can
missed
see it
that,
spinning.
so thank you.
There you go. Should we roll the VT on the video? Yeah, so those people who purchased the
And I see
controller
what he
will
did
also
with
get
his
some
kicks. He made them
exclusive
match
DLC.
the actual
Part of that is the Forza
controller.
Edition Ford Coupe, which is this amazing car right here. It looks absolutely a real eye catcher, just like the controller. You can see the paint job on there as well. It's inspired by the controller, so it will match. You can match out of the game and in the game.
Love it.
As we see here as well. Because it's got that exposed engine, it really takes advantage of all the ray trace reflections that we've got going on here in Forza Vista. You do get a couple of other things as well. You get a character cosmetic and an emote, so that when
Listen,
you win an event, in
ray
your
tracing is cool,
exclusive,
but people be
Forza
making a
car,
big ass deal out of it. And I know at some point, when they could really utilize it, where it's not like, oh, we got to make compromises and, you know, we're coughing up blood just to support this feature.
I believe
It's gonna be great and all of that when it's like an afterthought. But right now, I'm just like,
very, very soon.
It ain't that
and other
serious.
retailers
Like,
will
I
prep
play Doom Eternal
shortly
with
after
it,
that, but I think if you-
and
if
I'm
you-
like,
yeah, if you want one
it's cool.
now, then jump over
But
to that.
without it, I'm like,
Perfect. Right,
I
well,
wouldn't
while
even
you
really
do
notice,
that,
honestly.
let's talk a little bit more
For the
about
most part.
initial drive
When you see them
gameplay.
side by
We just
side,
saw,
sure, you notice
and
it. In a
for
Digital
context,
Foundry
the
video
very first
comparing, of
gameplay
course.
players will see
But in
when
actual
Forza
real
Horizon
time,
5.
you playing,
So what was that like? I imagine
it ain't
it's a
that
huge
serious,
deal
man.
finally showing
At least in my
people
opinion,
that
it's
part
not
of the
that
game.
serious.
Absolutely.
Not saying it's
Yeah,
not
it's a
cool
part
when
of the
it's
game that
there.
we
Of course it
probably
is.
spend the most time working
But
on, the
again,
initial kind of opening 10 minutes or so. It really, we want to make a statement and set out what Forza Horizon 5 is, what it's going to offer, what great things you're going to experience over the rest of the game, but condensed down into in that instance, an 8-minute run. So you see loads of the world, you see different cars, different driving experiences. It just gives you that real like buffet of flavors that the game will offer later on.
they might as well show it again.
Yeah, it was really a challenge to try to show as much as we wanted to show, without showing everything and fitting in within, you know, the
And they didn't
nice
even show
theme
like all the
for the
bowling and all that
So
crazy
we're
stuff that
actually
you
gonna
could
take
do
a
at the
quick look back
stadium.
at the highlights of that gameplay in case you missed it. So let's take it away.
Nah, they should have showed the whole thing. This is a whole different. This is a whole different stream. I'm looking forward to seeing the 4K version of this upload. Landed right in between them. Imagine landing right on them. That was sick. Like, I was dying to see this. Like, what it looked like when you in there. Somewhere Vin Diesel is getting ideas. He's like, yeah, Fast 10. You know, I'm a big fan of Forza, because, you know, it's about family. It's about family.
And that's the start of the game. So you
That's
do your
just a
initial
little
drive.
taste.
After all the adrenaline
Because
floods
that
through
full
you after
gameplay was
that,
insane.
you actually then get to select your first car, which is what we are now looking at the moment.
Okay, so that was the
can you talk us
intro.
through the cars that we have on the smorgasbord right now, and why they're here as well. Why do we?
I wish they would confirm a Warhog. I know it's going to be in there.
Say it 5 more times. You can count.
I'm just, you know, more comfortable if you confirm that it's actually going to be in there. We'll see.
No.
So yeah, so these are the 3 cars you can choose from at the start of the game. First up is the Chevrolet C8 Corvette. The car looks absolutely stunning. The insane grip that it manages to hold.
So these are the 3. Which one will I pick? It's like Pokemon, yo. You got to pick your 3.
It never breaks traction. Next up, we have the Ford Bronco, one of our cover cars.
I think I'm going to start with the Bronco, yo.
The hottest SUV of the year. And then a car that I would say needs no introduction, but we gave it a pretty cool introduction.
I think I'm going to go with the Bronco. Switch it up. Start with a truck.
Yes,
I like trucks anyway in the game. I mostly drive the damn Warhol.
One interesting point about
that's been my most drive vehicle.
In previous Horizons, we had a similar layout of cars at the start of the game, but you can only pick one. It was a bit like choosing your starter Pokemon.
I just said the hat. He just mentioned Pokemon.
Actually, all 3 get.
That's Bulbasaur right there. The
Bronco.
Bronco.
The Supra, the Bronco, or the Corvette. That is only a decision that you have to live with the consequences of for as long as you want to stay in that car, as the other ones will be in your garage and go jump into them whenever you like.
Oh, so you get all of them. So it's just to start with. But I'm definitely starting with this one. Remember I say that, so when I start the game, you're going to be like, yo, you lied. You said you was going to start with the Bronco. And you picked up. Nah, I'm going to pick the Bronco for sure. Look at this shit. Shit is beautiful. Could I just change the color?
This is probably where I spend the most time, is just picking my license plate.
They haven't really showed the character model, but that
Even
looked
though I know
like
I
the
can
girl
change
I
it.
usually play
Oh,
with.
absolutely.
It still feels like
This
it's
right here, I usually
decision of
put night.
confidence, isn't it? And you're going with the default. You didn't force us all to sit here watching him select his
Scroll
name.
through.
I guess we should intro Andy.
Yeah, so for anyone wondering, you will hear an additional voice on stream today, and that is the wonderful Andy, who is going to be playing.
You see that road right there? That road goes across the entire map from one side to the other. That's going to be the most lit road in the game. There's always going to be people on that road.
Yeah, baby steps.
It's going to be crazy.
Work my way up to being on camera.
You'll be
Yeah,
able
see,
to
that's
click
one
the
of
next
the
part, we promise.
Forzathon
Okay, so
special
we fixed
races,
the car, we fixed the
showcase.
license
There you
plate.
go.
We're going to our first
I hope they
showcase
still got
of
crazy
them.
ones like the Halo
What
one.
is this going to be?
Can't tell you how many times I've done that. All of them,
Yeah,
even
so
the
we
train,
took part in the
the
initial
hovercraft.
drive.
I've done
We've
those
just seen,
showcases 1,000
4
times.
separate cars drop out
It's
of
just
the back of a
cool,
cargo
like
plane.
they're epic.
And we thought, well, what next? Let's go race against that
One of
cargo plane
56
then. So
areas
this is a showcase
discovered.
event in which we will
You
take
just
on
started.
that cargo plane.
Perfect. And we're also hearing some characters talking during this drive as well. Who were they? Do we recognize them? Are they new?
It's just gorgeous,
the voice you can
man.
hear right now is Scott Tyler, the only character to have appeared in all 5 Horizon games. He is our resident DJ on Horizon Base Arena. He's also the hype man at the festival. And in this instance, if I wasn't talking over it, you'd have heard him saying that he's just been pulled off mic. He's been dragged out the booth for a reason that might become obvious in just a few minutes' time.
Look at this city
We're also
area.
in Mulhay
Like.
now as well, right?
Yeah, we're in Mulhay, which is this very this town that's right in the middle of the living desert. Very nice, charming town. And just outside the town is some festival goers.
So is this a town or a city? Because I thought it was a city. That looked great. So if that's just a town, I could imagine a city. You know what I want them to show? I want them to show the underground stuff that they talked about, like how this whole interweaving underground
What's it like
system
actually making
for a nice
a
section
showcase?
of the map.
Especially
I was like, I would
following
like to
one-
see that today.
For me, the ones that resonate with me the most is
But
Forza
you gotta
Horizon
save
4.
something for the, you
So
know, for the
how
actual.
how does that compare to making
the
5?
actual
I imagine there's
release.
an element of one-upping yourself, right?
Yeah, that's
How do
a
we
very-
do 4 again, but bigger and better?
Oh, that's the same
That
character.
exact sentiment applies to
That's not my
almost the
character,
entire
though.
game.
My character
and it
looked
is,
like,
absolutely a challenge, and some people have said
Shaniqua
that
from
we need
Walking
to stop
Dead,
treating that
you know,
as a
Sasha.
strategy because we will reach a point where we won't be able to one-up ourselves. But right now, we feel like that is
Oh, my
Future
aunt.
Playground Games' problem, and not one that we need
Aunts.
to worry about because
Cousins.
I think this probably
Just
is
basically, you
one of
know,
our most,
any black
spectacular
woman.
showcases,
That's why I picked that. I was like, you know, they ain't a character that look like
Andy
me.
actually designed
Might as
this.
well
So,
pick a
Andy,
character
our-
that, you know,
our resident
resembles
driver, who,
my family and
you
shit.
may hear the
Like
voice
my
of very
family
soon,
members, the women of my
was actually
life.
the level planner who put this showcase together. So if anybody can drive it in a perfect fashion, it will be him.
That's Addis.
No pressure. Yeah, thanks.
See, right
It's also
there,
a
you
new
can
car,
jump
isn't
right
it?
in. Yo, this looks
Yeah,
beautiful, this
yeah,
area.
This is Ken Block's V2 Escort Cosworth. It's an amazing car built with sort of modern rally.
Like, look at that, yo. Like,
specs
there's
and
no
aerodynamics
flat
and, insane
areas.
that
Like,
those
even the
cars have on
concrete,
stage.
if you look at it, it's so detailed with
course,
cracks and
amazing.
everything like that. Nothing is
Amazing,
flat no
right.
more.
Which says Forza Horizon
And,
on it as well.
well,
which
in
is
video
lovely.
games nowadays, like
yeah,
nothing has to be,
It's not. Is it like
you know,
300
just a
horsepower?
flat,
Yeah, I think
stretched out
370 horsepower.
Okay, 370. It's
polygon
not
or
crazy
something,
powerful,
you know,
but super lightweight,
surface, like some
and
lame,
can
boring
can
texture.
really move. Because like
Everything is
brakes
like
are awesome, so
super
even,
beautiful and
some of
detailed.
the tricky driving maneuvers.
I can
of
only
slowing
imagine
it,
like
it is possible to
what
slow
they'll do
down
with
really
a Fable, what Turn 10 is doing with,
Yeah, and,
you know,
and
Forza,
Ken Block's,
I don't even want to call it
John
8,
Carter
just, you
videos
know,
are
the
a
next
massive
one,
inspiration
the
for
new
me as well.
motorsport.
Oh wow! What for this
throughout the
showcase
creative
event?
process. Yeah,
Oh.
it was something that I considered when I was sort of making it.
And now
If,
that you got Game Pass
Horizon was
Cloud
to make
on
of the
Xbox
John
One
Carter
and all of that, so
what would we do?
those players, as long as they got Game Pass, they can experience the next gen only games, like let's say Hellblade 2.
the event.
Right.
A plane becomes bikes.
Yeah. Perfect timing, right into Guanajuato, which is our main city in the game.
They got motorcycles?
There's those good breaks.
And just
Yeah,
like we shown in,
like, because we've seen motorcycles in the games, but they never let you play them. I don't think they're going to let you play them. It'd be cool if they did, though.
Undulating roads and
Yeah, see, this is a city.
Tunnel network. There's actually a mural right there by Spake, one of the
Yeah, he
mural
just
artists.
mentioned the Underground Tunnel Network. That's what I want to see.
Mural artists. And yeah, I just love the color and the architecture, the Baroque and neoclassical
Dude, the
architecture.
color, the architecture, the way it
there
all
you can,
plays
get
into
a
making
shot of
this
the Guanajuato
visual
basilica.
candy, man. I know exactly
One
what
of
he's
the most
talking about.
iconic
I'm loving it. Like,
buildings
look
in
at this
Mexico.
shit.
Wow.
And people was worried about, oh, Mexico, the cities ain't gonna look all beautiful and great. Like, this looks just as great, if not way better than Edinburgh. You might not prefer this architecture to that of Edinburgh and stuff like that, but to act like it's not, you know, incredible, you're crazy. Yeah, I thought they got bikes. This is just for the showcase like they did with the first. Well, yeah, the introduction showcase, you know, and Forza Horizon 4, there was bikes in that one too.
Yeah, that's the thing about these showcase opponents. They will do anything to win. Always up to tricks, aren't they, Andy? Yeah.
You've always got to keep the player second guessing what's going next.
Oh, absolutely.
You're in 4th place, man. It's always like this.
We're right up in the northern tip of the map at the moment.
Right at the end, you'll pass the plane, you'll pass the 2
So yeah, we'll get
bikes.
a glimpse of the canyon.
Hopefully.
Take a closer look later.
Whoa.
Oh, he let the bike go and he flying. We Riders Republic
He knew he
now.
didn't have a chance, so he has switched to a wingsuit for the final stretch.
Oh, wow.
That Riders Republic beta is happening right now too.
Oh, very good.
He probably had to
He got
if he was
second,
willing to
third.
face plant into the road.
Oh, first.
He had to pull his chute, and that allowed
You have to
him
make a
steal the
choice
win.
at that point, don't you? Whether you want to win or whether you want to survive the race. Oh, that was incredible. Can you give us any more
That
hints?
was
Obviously,
incredible,
the showcases
man.
are so amazing. Can you give us any hints of maybe other showcases? That
Come
we're
on,
looking
man.
at?
Give us something.
I don't know. What you're happy to say.
Well, I don't want to spoil it. We've still got so much more to talk about. We do have 4 showcases in the game. One that I am particularly excited about is the train showcase. We've had a train showcase in every Horizon game.
I was going to say, there's always
really
one.
Is the best train showcase we have ever done, and I'm really excited to show it off. But that is for another day.
I'm looking forward to that. So what are we going to look at next? I think we're going to start talking about some of the cars, and we're starting with one in particular, and that is the Bronco.
Yeah, we can look at the Bronco. Yeah. So we drove the Bronco to the showcase. We are still in the Bronco now. If the guys want to pick the feed back up. So we're still playing through the start of the game, and Haley, one of our characters, has called us up and asked us to head back to the festival. And obviously, as you can see, we are still in the Bronco. Perfect car for chilling out on a nice leisurely drive like this one, but also a perfect car for...
I want to see the inside view, see how big the actual window is. That's always my thing when it comes to the inside view, because I like to see the steering wheel is how big the windows is, because that's, you know, when you mostly see cars basically coming up your, you know, field of view, which I kind of can't stand. You know, the Warhog is pretty bad with that, but, you know, you got multiple views that you can pick.
It might be quite low lying versus
when the cars are, you know, blocking your game too much.
So it gives you that kind of vertical notification that there's a really cool thing you can go and explore there.
Look at that damn. Yo.
About to get lost in that dust storm, aren't we?
That storm is insane. Uh-oh.
Getting a perk.
Skill, what is it called?
Offering unique bonuses. Skill points.
And there's a very intimidating
Skill
dust storm looming in the background.
Yeah.
But that is our
37
first
roads
Horizon
already.
Festival. I think that's the first time we've shown it.
Care to take a look? My friend Carmen.
So what's Haley talking us through here then? We've just revealed something on the map.
Yes, so still at the start of the game. We
Haley.
completed that showcase event, we've headed back to the festival, and now
to
Haley
be confused
is
with James Scott.
taking part in one of these 2 Horizon stories.
Okay.
So the one at the bottom there with the VW badge is called Vocho, where we'll team
Vacho.
Alejandra, who's one of our Mexican characters, to help her search for a lost abandoned
He
car.
said, Vato, you won't believe what I
Mexican
saw.
name for the Beetle is the Vocho. The camera icon is a story called El Camino, in which we will team up with
snap.
a
We
Mexican
Breaking Bad
photographer
now.
called Carmen, and we'll head out, in this instance, into the
It's the
storm, so
car.
into that dust storm that we could just see, and take some awesome photos inside the dust storm.
Amazing.
Both of those, though, are for another day, I think.
Oh, I
What are those
see.
2
We're not
circles
even gonna
right
do
there?
One of those. All right then.
You know what? I don't even want to know. Those are the kind of things that I want to
what is it?
explore
What are
when the
the
game is out on my own
gonna dip away.
and
I'm gonna
find
dip the
out
feed,
and have
Andy's
that
gonna do a
revealed
quick
on
car
my
swap, and then
own.
we will take a better look at the AMG one, I think.
The AMG. Okay, so what can you tell us about the AMG while we're waiting to get it all set up then?
So yes, alongside the Bronco, it is our other cover car, and frankly, just one of the coolest, most hottest cars in the world right now.
Absolutely.
It's built by Mercedes AMG. They've taken all of the incredible technology from their Formula 1 cars and put it into a car that is entirely road legal.
Shoulders
and
is shot
absolutely
right now,
incredible,
man.
Despite
was
basically
working
having
out
the performance
yesterday
of
and
the Formula
shit.
1 car.
Yeah, yeah.
Feeling it today.
Yeah, it looks incredible, doesn't it? Like
It's been a
The
minute, man. I'm
shape
trying to
of
get
it
back
is
on.
stunning.
the shark fin on there, which to me looks like that's there purely to show off, but Andy assures me that there are real performance benefits to it.
And there's this new icon right in the bottom right as well. What's this? Please explain what this is.
The L?
So one of the particularly awesome things about this car
Oh, the
is
top down.
if you were to purchase this car, it comes with a couple of modes. And it's quite common for
Click the
performance cars
left
to have,
trigger.
different modes, but they don't.
Oh, sorry, mate.
They don't always. They're not always as cool as this. So on the steering wheel, there's a button that you can press which swaps you from.
Do that shit. Come on,
track
come on,
mode
do
to
it. I
street
want to
mode.
see.
So if Andy gives it a click. We're currently in track mode and we'll transition to street mode. So you see those fins over the wheel arch close, the spoiler dips down and the car actually raises on its suspension. So if you need to get over a speed bump or pull up into your drive, then you might put it into this mode. It also kind of smooths out some of the lines.
The car got
looks a
two
bit sleeker.
modes. I was like, with it, because this don't even look like it got a top that you could take down.
Really changes the performance of the
So
car.
basically, you just change up the style of the car. The fin goes away, the car goes up.
Like, was there a Sunday
This shit
drive
got
version of the
hydraulics.
car versus a race mode?
That is literally what it is, to be honest. This probably isn't the place that car would mostly at home, smashing through this poor farmer's polytunnels, wrecking all the crops.
It was cool to see him smash through stuff, though.
But yeah.
See, because I mean, there's so much foliage. I wanted to just see how it all reacts to the vehicle. So it's cool to see him smash through it.
Through a farm field.
And as you can tell, we're in a new biome that we haven't shown before, which is the Mexican farm field, which is, I guess, farmland is a staple of Horizon games by now. And definitely for Forza Horizon 5, we have like some unique Mexican crops, which Andy will drive by. I think we saw him driving through some agave previously.
What, are we going to go trash now? What's this?
So these
crops
are Mexican beans.
Oh?
Yeah, bean plants.
Gonna have a rough harvest.
Yeah.
Around.
I think it's worth saying as well at this juncture that we are currently looking at Xbox Series X gameplay, but it is a development build. So if you happen to spot any weird little quirks and bugs, then that is purely because it's a development.
It's the version I'll be playing.
Hey, it might even crash. We'll hopefully.
Nah, God forbid, don't say that. Don't be honest. Don't be transparent. People get mad. Oh, the game crashed. Like, yeah, it's a beta. It's a alpha build. It's a pre-release build. Come on, man.
Actually make some really awesome crop signs in the fields.
But I realize people just like to complain about stuff. For example, like the Halo stuff. I'm not saying it's not worth complaining about the fact that you're not going to have co-op day one. Because that's a thing that I was always pushing. Like, yo, look, it's an open world first-person shooter, and it has co-op. That's big, and it's not going to be there day one. But it's going to be there 3 months later. Like, 3 months is nothing to a game that's always changing and upgrading and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just... Like, what year is it to these games where they're not seeing stuff like Fortnite, stuff like Smite, stuff like Warzone, stuff like Forza, which you know is going to upgrade and get more content compared to what it launches as. You saw State of Decay, completely different stuff. Sea of Thieves, same thing. Like, this is what games do nowadays. They're like some people want to act like, oh, they're launching this game incomplete. Like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Launching incomplete would be launching only multiplayer, launching only single player, and multiplayer being out. No, there's some modes missing, but
what's cool about this?
not even modes missing. There's some features within modes missing. Put it like that. Well, Ford, you could say it's a whole mode. You know, but you can still play the single player. People are like, yeah, just push the whole game back. I'm like, no, get out of here. Like, the game is done. We're gonna be playing it. We're gonna enjoy season 1, and then season 2, when it comes out, you can go through the single player again with your friends. Or don't play the single player if it's that serious to you until 3 months after, and just enjoy the multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people are gonna play mostly anyway at the end of the day. So like, and then the Forge mode, it's like they're gonna let you play it before it launches. They've already confirmed that, and they're adding a bunch of cool new features and everything that the community actually wanted, and they're building it with the community. So really, the wait is worth it, and that's gonna be a 6-month wait. Which again, in the time frame of these always online, especially shooters, that shit means nothing.
Bumper on the back as well.
At all.
And the little individual lights, which are different to the factory car as well. So everything just to make it,
At
as
all,
easy to fix on the road as possible.
And where is it that we're at now? This is over by the coast, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've just
ran right into
transitioned
you.
from farmland through a little bit of jungle, and now we're at actually at the tropical coast. I think
You
we'll
could tell
do,
these are all like they got no
another
traffic on. These are all just
car
like
switch right now.
the AI
Oh, wait, look
cars
at
that they have
Yeah.
on when you're not online
Just as we
playing.
get the feed, we'll look at that. We'll-
When you play online, the game, the vibe is way different because
Okay,
those will
so
all be
up
real
next
cars. There
is
will be no
another car,
AI.
and this is
I
gonna
mean,
be, I'm
you know,
gonna- I'm
AI
gonna
pretending
say
to be real
another
cars,
Bronco.
but there will be
This is,
AI
yes,
cars.
yes, this is another Bronco. There are actually 4 sets.
That
of another
artwork is
Bronco in this
fire.
game. All awesome. All have their own personality.
This vehicle is fire. This Bronco, yo, the tire on the
This one's
back and
Valhalla,
everything.
isn't it, Andy? This is it.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
so
love me
obviously
the chunky
Bronco
trucks, man,
Badlands
to
on the cover,
you know
we have
go
the
off
classic
road and break through
1975
breakthrough shit, just like
we have
that.
the Bronco
I was just
Multiple,
gonna
which
say.
is actually in the initial drive as well. You kind of have to jump over the Porsche 911 in the jungle section, and then there's this one, which is the.
Andy, please.
Yeah.
These people are on holiday.
Better look out.
So yeah, the tropical coast is definitely.
Dude, this whole town, this
compared
little
to
out
the
here right
rest
here, this
of
shit is
the
fire.
Western
Like
coast. Definitely like the ideal.
that shit is sick. Cause it looks genuine, like so
vacation
genuine. You know what I mean? Like
destination.
properly
The
captured.
ideal visual that you see when thinking of Mexico.
And as perfect postcard it does look at the moment, if you're playing in storm season, this is one of the areas that can, when the weather conditions are right, can have tropical storms, which turn it from this perfect paradise into
A
really
wet,
kind of,
swampy.
intense, exciting, and visceral like storm experience.
Wow.
Which is a really cool thing to
But
just
will it
drive
snow
across.
here? That's the question.
The idea of calling it.
Because there's gonna be snow, but will it snow here? I'm saying like these towns where they get filled with snow.
Ironic,
ever.
isn't it?
I don't know if that'll happen, but it'd be
we'll
cool
do
if it
another-
did.
Another
Definitely.
car change. So many car changes here. So the next one, where are we going next? What have we got?
We have got the Ford F450 Super Duty, which is
He says super duty.
pretty exciting car for us as well, isn't it?
That's
It's,
that after you
absolutely
eat Taco
massive
Bell
truck.
duty.
It's a Julie as well, so it's got 4 wheels on that back axle.
I don't know why.
2 wheels
I don't
side
know
by side
why.
each side.
Yeah.
Means
It's
got
Conan O'Brien fault, yo. It's
ridiculous
Conan
grip
O'Brien
in the
fault.
back.
That was
Go over any
100% one of
terrain,
his jokes.
and it's absolutely massive.
That is a big, yeah. Look at that. So what's that? I mean, to me, that tells me that's an off-road vehicle, right? I'm trying to think, like, in a very sort of way, like, what I would pick this car to do, like, cross-country or those sort of, like, off-road races, right?
I think certainly in the game, that is probably where you take it. I think in real life.
I'm telling you, when you go to like one of these little towns, they gotta have that damn,
If you're a truck person.
that damn song, yo.
But yeah, it's certainly
Ay, 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 ay,
tough DNA. Hasn't it? So, yeah, it's built for the road, built for off-road, built for.
I'm laughing because if you ever seen the movie where that song is in, I mean it's a famous song, but the movie I'm referencing, that shit is mad funny. Yo. Star Lord, dumbass.
Ambient trucks or buses around the world, so you can see just how big this thing is.
It is massive.
Yeah, it's 6.7 litre diesel engine. It's got 1,000 foot-pound.
A whole lot of gameplay today.
Insane. You could pull your whole house along if you wanted
Right, fit your house in the bed on the back.
to. Or that, yeah.
With our little English houses.
True American vehicle.
Oh, look at that
And
ramp
where is
right
it,
there.
on the map are we at the moment,
That's
John?
that's a
So
little
we are
that's a
in,
little cliff
Air
right there
Hills,
you
which
could
is
jump
perfect
off.
to show off the off-roading and power of this F450.
Beast of a truck.
Yeah, we're in the arid hills, and the arid hills it's very kind of wild with these dense pockets of
Supermarket.
trees, which makes it really fun.
Oh, that's
to,
like a fresh
when
direct
you're being
delivery
across
right
the
there.
world,
Oh,
kind
look
of
at traffic.
dodge
Look
some
at
trees
traffic.
and hit some smashable
They
ones.
bugging.
So it's a very engaging experience for driving around, and obviously you see there's a bunch of undulation as well. The arid hills actually sits just outside of Guanajuato, so
Okay.
that's why Guanajuato is so undulating, because it's sat in a nest of hills.
This is one of my favorite areas for Eliminator.
Like if you look at this, you could tell they could just easily make like Africa or whatever. And I don't even mean like for Forza. I just mean for like Fable, like areas that look just like they could go to Africa, capture, locate. They could go anywhere in the world now with this fucking technology and capture anything and make it look just like it, like 1-to-1, which is incredible. That's why like the idea of Grand Theft Auto coming out in 2026, like Grand Theft Auto fans get mad, and I'm like, well, technically, if they gonna take their time to use the tech that we got today, you should want it to come out in 2026, because that shit is gonna look crazy. They could go all over the world, they could scan all kinds of shit. Oh yeah, this is a train right here. Definitely want to get up there.
it's
But no, like,
an absolutely
like the game's gonna look crazy. They could capture, scan cars, human faces, animations, all of that
Go
stuff.
through the
Like,
canyon with another new car. And what's this one going to be?
that's why like people who be rushing games like to come out. I'm like, yo, you doing yourself a
Mccann
disservice
rally race.
sometimes.
So this, as you can see, is this isn't.
But I get it. Grand Theft
Mccann
Auto's
as
like
you
dog.
would,
Like
pick
it's
up
been
from
2
the
generations we haven't
This
gotten.
is one that's been built by LP Racing, as it
What
says
are
on the
you
back.
talking about,
Who
Red? And it's
actually
like,
have an
I feel you.
aftermarket,
Basically, what I'm trying to say is the wait is going to be worth it because the tech that they got to play with now is out of this world. So you should want them to do that. If they drop now, you know, they'd be kind of, I don't want to say forced, but nudged in the direction of, hey, you should still support the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Whereas if it comes out 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you know, they're not going to even worry about those consoles no more.
The go anywhere, endure everything racing stuff.
Oh, he fell off the track, the AI, yo. Yeah, he's I'm getting the fuck out the way. He coming.
So Don, what can you tell us
getting
about
the hell out the
canyon
way.
as we go through it here? It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, so the canyon's really.
This is
all
drop
about
dead gorgeous.
scale
Like
and
literally,
just the
I'm dead.
impressive
Oh my god, it looks so
rock
good.
cliffing.
Give it to me now.
Yeah, it's actually during sunset and sunrises you get amazing sunlight. So
And
you know,
rays.
for photographers, it's a great area to get some photography.
Because of those huge. Like,
This
rocks.
world is so varied. Everything they showed already in this stream is more varied than everything in the totality of Forza Horizon 4, and I'm including Fortune 9. I'm not going to include Legos, because that's, you know, that's a whole gimmick thing. And I'm sure they're going to have something like that in this game, because they already announced 2 DLCs. So I'm assuming they're going to do like a Fortune Island thing and, you know,
Oh yeah.
an IP related thing like Lego. I'm hoping that they do something crazy like saying sci-fi enough where
It's like a really fun place to drive.
it would look like a
through.
sci-fi Forza
It's
game
like-
because I would love to see a
because the
Forza
hills
game
doesn't tell me there's a lot of
that just takes
shortcuts
place in the
over there, so
future,
actually it's the type of
not
place where you
tied to
just
oh it gotta look,
enjoy
you know,
being
it can still
on
look
the road.
realistic obviously.
Yeah, it is right. This is one of the.
I
places
just
where in real
give me a
life,
Forza
you go
game
there
on a
just-
Halo ring.
Exactly.
Yeah, you weren't actually going anywhere. You just drove
I'd be
there,
good with that.
you
Nah,
drove the
like
roads,
I want
and then
like
let's drive it back
So
again.
a couple
a
of
Forza
good
game
mates
in like in a I don't know like a Lita Battle Angel world, you know, something along
there.
those
Oh, train
lines.
track again.
Because shit.
You know where you're going, Andy.
Just about.
I mean, that's the great thing about the canyon. You had like a good off-road experience.
I remember when they showed this at E3, and you had a little bit of people questioning like, oh, at the beginning, until people realized, oh no, that's what Forza games look like. Then they let that salt come over them. Nah, like people just was like, oh, but is it gonna actually look like that? Is it actually gonna look like that? And look at it, you're looking at it now, running on the Xbox Series X,
Another car?
and it looks like that.
Oh yeah, we've got one more to go through. And this is
One more
staying in
car.
Porsche family, this one, isn't it now?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
So that one was the Porsche Mccann. That was a purpose-built racing machine. This one is a car that.
Oof.
It's not an everyday car, but it's one that normal people can purchase if they walked into a Porsche dealer, unlike the previous vehicles. This is
Drive that shit,
Porsche
go,
Taycan
go,
Turbo
go,
S, which is
go.
Porsche's brand new performance electric vehicle.
So actually the second
They got an electric car in there.
well.
Yes, so the AMG one is
Oh, that was
hybrid,
the
so
second
it's got
one?
electric motor. This
That
is
they showed
100%
today, they said.
electric, and it's frankly a fantastic car. So the way Porsche have approached this with their very first EV is they wanted to recreate the driving experience of a 911.
Hey, look at the rock right there on the side of that canyon like that. You could tell that's like legit photo quality, like, 'cause it just looks real. It looks like real life, genuinely like real life.
And despite that pretty incredible weight, it 0 to 60s in.
They be killing me
2.6
with these
seconds, top
uploads
speed
though.
of
Hopefully,
160.
you know, they put up 4K
I
versions.
haven't had the joy of driving one, unfortunately.
It ain't
but,
that serious,
apparently drives
but
basically just like a 911, which is a fairly
I
lightweight.
definitely want to
sport
see
car.
this looking
Sorry.
good. Hell, upload this gameplay without the
Andy drives
actual,
like me too.
you know, the Let's Go presentation, just the pure gameplay. In 4K and all of that. Every time they do though, they never do HDR. I wonder why. I wonder why they probably can't capture. Who knows? Even though there are HDR, it's probably fake HDR videos on YouTube. Who knows? Or maybe they
Maybe your
like,
dreams can one day come true.
fuck that. You want the
And if
HDR?
not, Forza
Buy it.
Horizon 5 out in November.
Go get a Game
Play it
Pass
then.
subscription. Nah.
Thank you.
Remembering why we're all here.
Thank you. Like that little area on the corner there.
So you've
That
driven
little
it, Andy.
campsite.
Does it do it? Did it feel like a 911?
Oh, absolutely. It's, yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Incredible car.
With this car?
One thing I wanted to point out here was butterflies.
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 During a certain season in Mexico.
And look all the
there's a
little,
big
oh yeah, there's
monarch
butterflies everywhere. Yeah.
Migration that happens.
Beautiful. And they put that in there, migration
areas.
of butterflies, bro.
So yeah, we kind of
The
represent
little
that as well.
details. While other games focus on the
stunning.
pores,
I
which
think
isn't
it's
a bad
not
thing,
bad.
this game is
Even if
focusing
you
on
go
butterflies.
and stop
But that's what
it,
makes the game
you
look
see that
so
thing
alive.
go,
Look,
like,
it's
bombing
still
through
image
it.
right now.
That's
And it
cool,
looks
but I love it.
living and breathing. You got a car driving
Yeah, so
by.
you'll experience this
You got
in
that
the
tree
spring
moving like
season,
crazy.
and then,
You got the leaves moving in
won't
the
be there,
shadows.
obviously, but yeah.
Lovely. I think we
No?
wanted to drop one more because there was one more bit we wanted to show. I don't know how to set this up. What do you guys want? What are we going to do now?
So we actually revealed this car on social media last week, and we just thought it'd be cool to give it a very, very, very brief run around. This is
I didn't see
Sierra
this.
RX3.
And I followed them
It's a UTV,
on,
so super off-road
Twitter.
vehicle.
Obviously
but also
YouTube.
it's
I ain't
really
seen
high
them
performance on asphalt as well.
show
It can
this
do both
car
Forza
off,
racing.
but it looks
Incredible
nice.
suspension travel if Andy wants to
Oh
give
yeah,
it a whirl.
off-road.
But
Let's go.
it's a barrier, yeah. A lot of power going to the rear wheels only, so it's a bit of a handful.
That's just starting immediately with this is
Yeah, but
like
there's just
you gotta control
we're
this one.
heading up into the arid hills now, which again is just the I think the perfect location to show some of the cool stuff that this particular car can do.
Yeah, I was gonna say just go off.
Oh, Andy.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
it.
But that's the very authentic Forza experience.
And
Thank you so
ain't
much.
that car
Andy.
right there in
with
the
that,
image?
we're
Nah,
actually
nah,
gonna
it's
move
not.
over
That
to
one got a
arguably
tie in
one
the
of my
back.
favorite parts of the stream. We are now going to look at some community questions. The questions today are going to come from chat. So if you haven't typed a question into chat yet, make sure you do it now, and it might get answered on stream. The other half, the first half, are actually going to come from Twitter and your social posts, where this week you asked Dear Forza, and what.
Oh yeah, I saw
people
that
said.
post.
So
So
up
they were
first,
like,
we've
we're
got
gonna
a
do Dead
question from
Forza now. You guys did
561,
Forza and just
who
ask a
asks,
question.
Who's Haley, and what happened to Kira?
That can't be from Twitter because we only just revealed who Haley is on this.
Oh, well, that's a good
yeah. So Kira is still looking after the
Edinburgh.
in Britain.
Okay.
Yeah,
she's
she
still
in Britain,
at
yeah.
the Forza Horizon 4 Festival. Haley is her good friend who is filling a similar role at the Mexico Festival. So she's one of the first group of Horizon people who've arrived in Mexico to set up this new festival.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Cool.
I've now dawned on me that these questions are
'Cause people
actually from chat. So if we
really
keep that in mind
wanted
going
to
forward,
know, you know,
we'll
people really
forget what I
cared.
just said. The next question comes from Mink
About the
WR,
goddamn
who
voice in the
asks,
game.
I have a question. Is
Bring
the game
back Haley, like
cross-play,
you were
so
you in
Xbox
love with the
users can join
voice?
PC users?
Do you not like the game?
Yes.
No more. 9 out of 10.
but,
1 point deducted because
Steam will function the same way
I'm,
as
just,
2040.
I'm
It will be
going there for no
cross-play,
reason.
but it will be cross-play.
Perfect. Wonderful. Nice and simplistic. Right. Next question comes
It
from
will be
Wolf
cross-play.
Sealers, who asks, will we be able to toggle our cars as a favorite?
Yes. Yes, you will. It will function very similar to how it did in Forza Horizon 4.
Wonderful. I love that it's just like a really passionate community making sure that all of their favorite features are still there. That's essentially what this segment is. I love it. Okay,
Somebody
the next
asked about the
one comes
Warhog,
from
man.
Oof. Thank you.
Oof.
Who asks, is there a moving
Oof.
train on the map? Yes, there is. We have mentioned it, but I don't know if you want to give some more detail while Oof is in chat about the map, about the train.
Don, do you want to take that one?
I mean, there is.
I can't talk about the train.
Like,
so.
they just showed the train. Move on. Next question. You ain't watching the stream? Come on, man.
Wonderful. And the final question from chat.
But they
is
showed. They
from
talked about the
King
trains
Sean,
and like
who
all of
simply
them.
asks, is that a Supra?
Yes, Sean, it was a Supra.
Yes,
Back at
indeed.
the start of the stream, yes, we showed a Supra in that initial car select, and that will be added to your garage at the start of the game for everybody.
Perfect. Now, these are the questions that did actually come from social media. The first one comes from Forza Horizon 5 UK, who asks, will we get Forza Horizon stories, and if so, how many? So we've seen a couple today, but can you share any more information?
Yeah, so we saw a couple. We saw Vocho and we saw El Camino. There are several more in the game. I'm going to hold fire on that one, though, and cover that one in a later stream, I think. So, yes, the Horizon stories are absolutely still an important part of the game. They're bigger and better than ever before, but I think we'll cover that off in a later stream.
Lovely. The next question comes from Rare Gliscor1, who says, how extensive is the tunnel system under Guanajuato?
That's what I want to know. That's a good
and are there
question.
entrances to the city from outside through those tunnels?
So there are no entrances through those tunnels into the city, but
Okay.
it is the most extensive tunnel network in the game. It's about 2 kilometers
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 2
of length.
kilometers.
Yeah, so a lot of tunnel.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Scottish Pancake asks, Dear
It would have been
Forza,
cool
I
if you
love
could
this
enter it
expression,
from,
it's so
you know,
polite.
outside the city
Dear
and then
Forza, I
come
do not
up
know if you've
and you're in
answered
the
this question
city.
before, but but what
I get
seasons
it.
will
Not
be in
there.
Forza
So
Horizon
good.
5? Will they be the same as Forza Horizon 4, or will they be entirely new and different?
That was my
seasons
favorite question so
introduced to
far.
correlate with the new setting?
That is a thorough question, which
That
gives
is-
us little room for manoeuvre other than answering it
That's,
directly.
if someone typed that on social media, that's the most eloquent I've ever seen someone be on social
Probably
media.
2 tweets.
Yeah.
That's probably 2
Count the
tweets.
characters
Great handle
on
as
that.
well, Scottish Pancakes. So yes, seasons are still very much an important part of the game. I think we mentioned a few times about different things you can see in different seasons. We, as posed in the question, yes, we have tried to replicate the seasonality of Mexico. We have in the game, it'll still say spring, summer, autumn, winter, but then each one of them is suffixed with a line that explains what it is in that country. So autumn is storm season,
Oh, I see,
winter
okay.
is dry season, spring is hot season, and summer is wet season.
That's
which
cool
allows
for the people who
from
don't
a
know.
temperate climate like us in Europe or in Canada like Don, to be like, what even are seasons in Mexico?
Yeah.
And it kind of like right out of the box it says like, winter is dry season. So you can kind of grasp straight away and kind of get a feel for what it's going to be like there. Because
Sure.
they have hardly any rainfall at all throughout the winter. in
Interesting. I
Mexico.
didn't know that.
Yeah, but weirdly though, at the same time,
That's crazy.
at elevation, they do get snow. So
We've seen it on the volcano, right?
yeah, exactly. So high areas like on top of the volcano, you'll still get snow.
Yeah, I think it also helps you let you know what season's next, you know, the following week. Just having,
Yes, yeah.
you know,
Listen,
spring,
I ain't too
winter,
worried because they're
summer,
gonna do
fall.
DLCs and they probably could play with the
Wonderful.
snow and all
So
of
the
that
next question
stuff.
comes from
And that
Cyrus
one with all
Luna, who
whole
asks-
areas filled with
Serious
snow.
Luna, actually.
But I feel like that's
will
what
there
people
be a
really
Rift
asking for. Like, is it
adventure
gonna
at
be
launch?
filled with snow like the other one?
Yes, there will.
Which I love
Serious
the snow. You know, some
so
people hate
we
it, some
have-
people liked it. So
It won't be, we've changed
I'm
both
cool
the
with
logo
it.
bit, so
You
it's
know,
not
it's different
online
games,
adventure
man. We'll
anymore,
get
it's
a
called
new
the Horizon
Forza
Open,
eventually.
and you'll be able to take on racing,
You know,
games, drift,
so
or
good.
the Eliminator as part of that. It's all been reframed to be as accessible and easy to get into and easy to have a lot of fun in as possible.
Perfect. Love that. Next question comes from Kiesler, who asks, we know about the new brake caliper painting, but will there be other upgrades to the paint/vinyl system?
Yes, so Don, do you wanna?
Yeah, so we reworked a lot of how the vinyls and paint system works. We streamlined it a lot just to give the users and players a lot more ease of use. So yeah, a lot of improvements there.
And if you're on Series S or X, we've also massively increased the resolution of your of your car paints as well. So whereas you used to get like kind of fuzzy lines around the edges of your decals, they'll be much smoother now if you're on a Series X
lovely.
or X.
Brilliant. Love that. Next question.
And the
What's
custom cars are
leveling
great.
system
Like I
Is it
downloaded like
3 with a certain
I've seen
number
a
of
ton. Like they
levels,
had
or
the
are we
like
going to have a
Ghostbusters
prestige-based leveling
car.
system
They
like
do
4?
great
Curious to know.
like things.
Yes,
with
so we are going to
vehicles.
cover the campaign in more detail on the next stream in 2 weeks' time.
Lovely.
But
2 weeks time, next
answer the
stream,
question
and
more
then after
directly,
that, it's pretty much launch.
Actual player level
So really,
is more like Forza Horizon 4's. The
I'm
campaign
ready.
is quite different though, so we'll cover
Okay.
that off in the next stream.
Want to watch? If you want to come back and watch that one. Next question from asks, can you tell us more about the radio stations?
Yeah, so we actually heard a bit of music, didn't we, earlier on in the show as part of the initial drive. We heard there were actually original compositions for 3 sections of the initial drive there, from Plague Vendor in the farmland section to Luxury in the jungle section and Metric in the final section. And there's quite a few more original compositions throughout the game where we've contacted artists who typically have been a part of Horizon in the past, where we've licensed some of their music and asked them if they could create brand new pieces for us that are curated to particular gameplay experiences. In terms of the radio station more broadly, we'll go into more detail now on a future stream, I think.
Perfect. I want to know a lot about that as well, so I'll keep you posted on that.
I do
Finally,
customs
understand
most of
we
the
have
time, so I
something
ain't
from a
really too bent out of
celebrity,
shape
our
about
old
it.
friend Tommy Bargain.
You're doing it
who
wrong,
asked
man. If you ain't driving
They
around
want
to
to
your
know,
own tunes,
I
come
can't
on.
wait to enjoy Forza Horizon 5. Thank you, Tommy. I tried negotiating with Playground Games to get super early access, but they drive a hard bargain. Is there a way I can somehow feel the magic of Forza Horizon 5 in Forza Horizon 4 today?
Yes, Tommy Bargains. Yes, there is. That is a thing that you can do. So if you log into Forza Horizon 4 now, go over to Message Center, or at least I hope it's now. Go over to Message Center, and you will have received a gift. That gift is a VW Golf R, but it's not just any normal VW Golf R. This is one that has been adorned with a beautiful livery created
All right, I'm down with that.
using some of our murals from Forza Horizon 5. So you can get a little taste of Forza Horizon 5 in Forza Horizon 4 right now. So go and get it, Tommy Bargains, I guess.
Yeah, Tommy.
Not
Well,
bad.
there you have it. If you don't have Forza Horizon 4, you can actually go download it from Game Pass right now if you didn't already know. So for Tommy and everyone else who does, please keep an eye on your in-game message center to receive this beautiful mural art-inspired liveried car. And unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. So to keep up with the latest Forza Horizon 5
Hey, that was
news,
enough,
updates,
man.
and
They
details
dropped a
on
lot of
more Let's
information,
Go
a
live
lot of
streams
news.
by
I was
following
happy
the
with
Forza
it.
Horizon social
For
channels.
sure.
And please stay tuned to the Forza channels tomorrow for Forza Monthly for all the latest
Yeah.
on the Forza universe. Thanks for tuning in today. See you next time. As always, everyone, adios.
Are they gonna end it with the trailer again? All right, they're gonna end it right there. So we'll leave it right there. Yeah, this was good. You know, it was basically like keeping us up to date on what they're doing with their software, like DLC wise and stuff like that. So that was cool. We got to see the gunk. Can't complain. That's what I wanted to see. Like I said, I'm going into every show hoping to see Perfect Dark. That's not a realistic expectation. It's just like going into a Nintendo show expecting to see Metroid Prime 4. It ain't realistic to expect that every single show, but I do either way. Why? Because those are the two things that I'm mostly excited for these two console manufacturers, respectfully. Heard that Nas album? Oof. Nah, but anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for this, man. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and look out for another one later this week where I will be looking at the Metroid trailer that's gonna be releasing later this week, Metroid Dread, and I'll look at the other ones and we'll just talk about it, gush about it, be hype about it, because that's one of the games, man, of this fall. That's honestly the game of the fall that I'm looking to play alongside this game right here, man. This game right here, Forza and Halo, obviously. Like those three are my big ones for the year. The next year, I think we kicking it off real big with Pokemon Arceus, right out the start, and then I could take these shits off right now. Thank God. Let me breathe. And then after Arceus, next year is not even worth talking about. Like, let's be real. I don't even want to think about next year. This year is already crazy. Like, I want to see if I could get this Alien game, play that, see what the reviews are like for that game, first off. And, yeah, play that. And then, No More Heroes 3 comes out later this week. Damn, there's a lot of games. Like, a lot of games. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? Follow the recipe everywhere where it's available. There's links on the YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Twitch, you already know. Make sure to follow all the good stuff. I appreciate you for, subbing and being a patron and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Bye.